goodness. All the deep breaths. Hello, motherfuckers, and welcome to my club of Kottontale, where the hands are palmy and we have 2 days. Just 2 days until Tuesday. Needless to say, I did not get much sleep this weekend. Um, my insomnia had been acting up just in general with all the different things that are going on, but especially with, 2 days until Tuesday, and Tuesday being a pretty crazy day for us. I'm just like, whew, like, may the events of Tuesday set in motion what we need to get us out of the cave. So, good afternoon, and hello, motherfuckers. Welcome to my club of Kottontales, a place for me to be 100% me and help myself mentally and physically along the way. You may know me as Amber Motherfucking Lewis, or Kottontale is Mooiisstt. Both been my name. The latter is what we currently sit at. Drenching in our own moisture right now. It's the palminess, the sweatiness of my hands. Also, it was like beautiful and bright outside, and now it's like gloomy. Oh, it's because it's almost 8 o'clock at night in game. Let's see. I'm gonna have her. No, not the horse. Rest. There we go. Rest. I mean, I guess we'll need our horse too, but just have her rest for a moment. So, let's get the contents read, and then get to all of the thoughts and feelings and pulling them from the brains. Man, my brains were just like, I'm really thankful that, like, after I woke up, like, even though I didn't get much sleep last night, like, I'm glad I'm awake right now because I really kind of needed to do some content before this week starts. You know, Sundays are always a little bit rougher, but also go pretty fast because, Rainbow gets home at 3, so I only have 4 hours with her until it's bedtime type of thing. But having to see Voldemort always puts us in, even if I'm in a good mood, it just, like, puts us in that place, That's what post-traumatic does to someone, Alright, at least for me. So, that will be a little difficult. I'm hoping that Monday goes as smooth as possible. Like, oh man, it's like I can, but I can't wait for Tuesday to come and go. Um, Everything feels different this time, but everything is much different. So, I'm still trying to just keep that mindset going in that we're not going to get it because, I mean, it's 50-50. You're either going to get it or you're not. And there is more chances of, not. So, oh man. But I do feel the end of the craziness somewhat coming to an end. Like I can see a light at an end of a tunnel. It more feels more and more that every day, we will be able to do what we, just want to do and have been trying to do for the last, 35 years, which is just live. Just have a place where we can live. No place is going to have 100% comfortability. I understand that. I've grown up with craziness. Like, I know that life is not going to be comfortable, but I also know that it should be comfortable enough that you feel safe in your own home, and I haven't, this is the safest that I felt in a long time, but I still don't feel safe. I really look forward to transitioning from the cave, having 100% neighbors that I don't know. One real big misconception with moving into my cave is I thought that I was going to have neighbors that I knew, which I do in some cases. But I thought that it would be not just neighbors that I knew, it would be close neighbors, someone that I could hang out with on a regular basis, someone that my kid would have a person her age to hang out with on a consistent basis, and it's just not the way it is. So, I'm just manifesting that we will transition from this cave before I hit level 36. We will be in a place where there's a park very close, so I can take her to it, and I feel comfortable to it. Like, I kind of feel like we'll end up in a really nice apartment complex with a playground that's, like, literally just right there. Like, right there. Like, a playground so close that when she's, 7 years old, I would feel comfortable letting her go play at that park because I could look out my kitchen window and I will see her right there. A place where I can open up the windows when I want to get fresh air and breeze through my home. A place where if I'm struggling to leave my home, I have all of the sunshine and brightness coming through my window panes. Regardless of the outcome of Tuesday, it will set in motion more things for the future, but I would be lying if I said that I don't want and hope for it to give me what I need to transition. There's two ways that it could go, yes or no, and I hope it's yes. If it's a no, it still sets things in motion and the ball is still rolling. But if it's yes, my life will change drastically. Chaos will ensue. It will be like I'm like in the Wizard of Oz, and I've just stepped into the cyclone, and I just have to wait until we land in the magical land of Oz. I'm a little disappointed. There's usually bitch and cowboy music. All we got is chirpy chirpness. Which, yeah, ambient sounds ain't bad, but I really wish it would just play some of that good old, like, cowboyness for me right now. Because I could really use it. It's kind of a huge reason why we chose Red Dead over, Fortnite. It's because Fortnite, it's not as relaxing as some good old Red Dead. Oh, there we go. There we go. There's some good old cowboy-ish sounds. Oh, yeah. Come say hello. Let's get some cowboy love. Alright, live right motherfucking now. Come say hello. It is just in the afternoon. It's 12:10 to be exact. We are getting the content spread. Oh, 2 days until Tuesday. 2 days till we see where the next bit is going. Either way, our continued focus is health, home, future, which this weekend being the lead up to, my hearing, we really just needed to relax, and that's what I did. I made some content yesterday to relax, keep us accountable for a good fitness routine, and then I literally worked on my diamond painting and listened / watched Criminal Minds for like 8 hours. No, it was longer than that. It was like 10 hours. I didn't go to bed until literally 6 o'clock this morning. Yeah. My insomnia was really bad last night. I just, like, my chest hurts right now. It's the lead up before any hearing, you know what I mean? But, like, it doesn't help that I don't have any immediate people that I can, like, talk to and help. It's just me, myself, and I have all the Ambers in myself, Because, like, I even just try to, like, talk to my mom, and it's like, it's so difficult because she'll always ask these really weird questions and then blame it on me because I'm the one that brought up something that made them want to ask a question about a person. It's like, basically, she doesn't want me to talk about anyone that triggers us, which there's a lot of things that trigger us. Like, I can't help that. And the fucked up part is a lot of the things that trigger me is from my most recent, thing that caused PT, but a lot of it's from childhood, and most of which she has caused herself. And it's like, I'm just trying to have an adult relationship with you to, so my daughter has her people in her life, and it's so frustrating that, I get told, well, just don't talk to me about triggering people. Like, I should be able to talk about whatever I want to talk about if a story goes that way. And my own mother, you would think, knows what has happened to me and wouldn't want to ask some weird ass question. But she does it all the time. She always asks me some weird ass questions about Voldemort. And it's to the point, like, I'm never, like, you got your wish because I'm not going to talk to you about anything serious in my life. So where does that leave me? That leaves me with my therapist as the only person that I have to talk to in my life. That's kind of fucked up. That all I have is myself and a therapist. Like, I should have at least one other person in my life that I can talk to about serious things, and they'd just be, you know, unbiased and caring, and that should be your parents. And I don't have that. It's always been that way. It's always been, if I want to have a relationship with my parents, I have to do it their way, which is so fucked up because I'm the child. I'm not supposed to try to have a relationship with you. You're supposed to be the one trying to have a relationship with me. So, I mean, at this point, like, I hate to say it, but I'm just gonna try to whittle them out. Like, I'm not gonna go above and beyond to try to get them to talk to me. I'm not gonna go above and beyond to get them to do things. Like, I will figure everything out on my own. Especially at the fact, like, it's frustrating that when you tell somebody something about you, and then they throw it back in your face. Like, the amount of times that my own mother likes to throw in my face that I struggle to leave my house, that I struggle to do something, like, points out in a very malicious way that I have a shit ton of triggers. Like, I would never do that to someone. Especially not someone that close to me. Especially not my own child. But that's just it, is like, I'm nothing like my mother, and I'm not going to raise my kid, haven't raised my kid anything like what my mother will. And it's just like, I'm petrified because the only person that I could get to watch my child for Tuesday is my mom. And if I'm being completely honest, I don't want her to watch her because I don't trust her. I have to trust Rainbow's dad with her because that's her dad. But I don't trust him. I literally don't trust anybody with my child except for myself. Actually, I do trust my best friend Shelly with my child. But that's because of the way she is with her own kids and how she is with children is why I trust her. So I guess I at least have one person who I trust to watch my kid. I just don't see that person very often, and that person has actually literally never watched my kid for me. So, but I do trust them to do it more than my own family. Like, I'm scared and terrified about Tuesday for so many reasons, and I just really hope that while I'm trying to have my hearing, I'm not just, like, constantly thinking about Rainbow and wondering if she's okay. Like, I contemplated, like, messaging my mom and be like, don't worry about Tuesday, like, I figure it out. And really, I was just going to have Rainbow chill on her tablet while I do my hearing and let my attorney know, hey, I have my 3-year-old with me because I couldn't get a babysitter. But you know what? I'm not going to do that because there was so many times growing up that I didn't get to see my grandmother because of something my mom had going on with her. And that was one of the things that I told myself. I wouldn't be that person. I'm not going to keep. So, I'm not going to, Tuesday she'll go with her grandma, and then I will have my hearing, and hopefully, come noon on Tuesday, I'm able to just not have a shit ton of panic attacks and just relax and try to enjoy the rest of the week. And then the following weekend is my nephew's birthday, which is gonna be, is nerve wracking in itself because like I'm not the parental person for my nephew, but when it comes to his birthday, I for the most part have been making the plans. Like, I'm gonna get his cake, I've already set that in motion. I was like, don't worry about getting that, like, I'll go ahead and get that, you know. And then, like, I thought of a theme and like, things to do, because it didn't seem like, you know, they were making any plans for him. And he's gonna be 10, like, that's a big deal. And it's like, I kind of feel obligated to make sure that my nephew has a birthday that will be awesome. But, like, I'm just, like, worried that I'm gonna show up next weekend, and the little bit of decorations that I'm gonna get, it will be all that we'll have, along with the cake, and it'll just be like, but Kottontale mix with Red Dead, beautiful mix to help the moisture flow. That's for damn sure. All right, so I think we have sufficiently spread the content. Let's double check. Oh man, this is definitely just gonna be a crazy year. It's already been a crazy year, but okay, content was sufficiently spread. Okay. Oh yeah, I need to take away. I'd set an alarm clock to get up at 2:30, because like I said, I didn't go to bed until 6 this morning, so I planned on sleeping until, I absolutely had to get up, but it's best to listen to your body. So, if you're awake and you find yourself being awake, it's best just to get up than to lay down and try to force more sleep, which can cause you to be more exhausted in some cases. Oh, look at that, 420 somewhere. Cheers and happy 420 somewhere. Cowboy love blowing out some smoke. Pardon me. I just wanted to do what I did all last night and into this morning, which was work on my diamond painting and watch some Criminal Minds, which you can. I got literally half of it done. So cool, right? Oh, you can see it's a Hogwarts crest with all of the houses on it. But yeah, I'm over halfway done with it, really, because this is the halfway mark, and there's only a few sort of crystals below that mark, but I have a lot of crystals above it, so these few crystals that aren't put in are, compensated by that. So yeah, it's more than halfway done. It's coming together really nicely. Very, very beautiful. Definitely have to be careful, because too much exposure on some of the gems do cause some of them to fall off. I found that with some of these bottom ones. But yeah, this is like literally how I spent majority of my weekend, and it was a beautiful way to spend my weekend. Like, seriously, I could not have imagined a better sort of relaxation weekend. Um, And whereas I wanted people to talk to, I didn't want necessarily people to hang out with. But I definitely am just super chatty to where I always do hope to have someone to chat with, which, I've been um, uh, rekindling, getting back to know. There's a certain word for it, but I've been getting to re-know an old friend, like an old friend. I haven't really talked to them in many years, over a decade. So that's been kind of nice to just have someone to consistently talk to. Um, you know, just shoot the shit type of thing, not about anything too serious. I'm sure, like, when we hang out in person, we'll probably talk about all the craziness that is our lives and what they have been the last few years. But it's just been nice to have someone to just casually talk to. Definitely didn't need anybody to hang out with because last weekend our sissy wolf came and stayed the night, which having someone stay the night in my domain, gave us all of that extra sort of social energy. So my social meter of hanging out with people is filled up for a while. The social media of talking to people, it's getting better since I, have sort of started. It's like a continuance of a friendship, but like I don't know. It's hard to explain because like I don't know. It's nice to have someone to talk to. Um, and the crazy part is that I kept saying like, oh, the next time that I actually have someone to consistently talk to, they're probably going to be a romantic prospect. Whereas like they've always intrigued me, and we did hook up in the past. Not not interested in a variety of reasons, uh, but the top deal breaker, like I was kind of like thinking like, oh, could we? But then I found out they were a cigarette smoker, and I'm like, ooh, no, we can't. Like it's one of my deal breakers. I can't date someone, or even really think of considering someone who's a cigarette smoker. I did once, but it was because it was a person that I'd had a crush on for a long time, and when I found out that they had had a crush on me, I was like, oh shit, well, let's see if this could work out, and they really just led me on, and I don't even consider them a friend anymore, and if I did consider them a friend, it would be a very, even more casual friend than they were beforehand, because I don't like being led on. I don't like a person telling me they have a crush on me and want to get to know me, and then every time I try to reach out, they never really talk or make an effort. Right. Mm-mm. Man, if I thought that I could get any kind of good headway on my diamond painting before Rainbow got home, I'd so be doing it. But I mean, I worked on the thing for literally like 10 hours yesterday, and it it doesn't look like I made a lot of progress. I did make a lot of progress, but it doesn't feel like I did. Chocolate milk is one of my favorite sort of like breakfast things. Easy peasy. Oh man. I'm pretty confident that I'm gonna be able to, by this time next year, my life is gonna be like damn near astronomically different than what it is now. Just like a year ago, my life was way different. 2 years ago, it was extremely different. Tuesday, regardless of yes or no, is just gonna continue to set so many things in motion, but I really do hope it's a yes and not a no. But I have to go in thinking a no. We have to go in thinking that that way, when it comes out, yes, it's just like, oh my gosh, is this really happening? Like, oh, but I have to go in with the mindset that it's going to be a no, and that, we'll continue to do it, but it just so much feels different. Like, I mean, down to where I am in my life, the years, but also at the fact that, like, I legitimately thought it was going to be more like fall, not spring, when I would be doing this. So it's just like this year is so full of surprises, and I know that one of those surprises is going to be that we transition from our cave into just a beautiful abode that, if it has stairs, it's only a couple, because I like doing stairs. I like having that aspect of stepping up and stepping down. But with arthritis and hip problems and so much more, I can't have stairs be something that are a necessity for me to use to get in and out of my home or within the home. It's so crazy. Like, when I think back to it, because we went from the duplex to the home and now we're in the cave, I just sometimes I just think, like, I wish that we would have just stayed in the duplex, but at the same time I'm glad we didn't, because then we would have 2020 would have been in the duplex, and that would have been, I could not have imagined having to quarantine in such a small area with Voldemort. So everything had to happen the way it is, but I'm still trying to accept the fact that, the house that I bought was really just more transition than even the cave is. Showed me what I can build when, I'm putting my heart into it, even if the other person's not. Lots of lurkers today. That's okay, I guess. We are a lurking community. Tis what it is, but I hope you're having a fantastic day. And if you're someone who doesn't purposely or meaningfully try to trigger me, don't watch if you have no plans on talking to me. If you're a new person, you do what you do, because lurking is a really good way to show if you're actually going to be into the content you're watching. So I highly recommend that new people lurk, but I cannot stand when people who are not new to Club Kottontale lurk, because it's like, how am I supposed to not think that you're just purposely trying to trigger me if you have the knowledge that watching me causes the panic? But it is what it is. This meeting was needed. Keep our moisture flowing. Oh god, see, because there's so many other things affecting me, the lurking is affecting me more. Fucking damn it. Oh man. I just imagine Wednesday is gonna be like, I'm walking on sunshine, whoa, and don't feel good. Regardless if it's a yes or a no, because it will be done. But I really hope it's a yes. Like, but I have to. The fucked up part is I was 100% sure it was a no until I talked with, my attorney, and they really are the reason why I have all this what feels like false hope, but I want to feel like it's hope, because the stuff that they were saying, it's much different than what my attorney said the last time. And Club Kottontale, I wish that I had more than just you sometimes to talk to. Just having me, myself, and I to talk to all the time is an exhausting realm to be in. Oh, man. Somebody's watching me. Oh, is there an S? I don't think there's an S. The more less frequently used things we tend to forget
Yeah, see, I'm gonna say it's new lurkers, because usually when it's a lurker who isn't new, we tend to have an opinion, which, I mean, I guess we could have an opinion. It just doesn't show me. Oh, wait, no, we don't have any opinions, because it does show me. YouTube, why you keep updating in weird ways so I can never keep track? But no opinions, many lurkers, yeah. Process of elimination, brand new people hoping to maybe see cowboy content. So if you are a brand new person, hi, Kottontale is Moist here. How you doing? Random content creator for almost 6 years. Still can't believe that I've been doing this for as long as I have. But I simply utilize my YouTube as a way to help myself mentally and physically. So, welcome to my club of Cottontales. But if you're looking for Red Dead Redemption content, I am I am not the stream you are looking for at all. Like, if you are looking for someone to play the game, I am not the stream you're looking for. If this was classified as anything other than random content, it would be a podcast because that's what I do. If you want to listen to a random stranger talk about their lives, this is the content you're looking for. But I'm gonna use my mindfulness to not let things affect me, but in the end, I don't like lurkers. I never am gonna like lurkers. Is my channel a huge lurking community? Do I like it? Do I accept it? Do I honor it? Do I appreciate it? Do I like it? So I appreciate it because, I have tons of individuals who watch me for whatever reason they watch me, and like a lot of people who I know love my channel, they lurk. Like I know they lurk because they tell me, type of thing. But then having that knowledge, I know that there's going to be people who I don't know who are going to lurk exact same way that the people that I do know are lurking. So lurking just helps you to learn. But the content that I make is just to help my own moisture flow, just me being me. I came to Red Dead because it's absolutely relaxing. I got a beautiful horse, a beautiful character, awesome music to chime in my ears, and beautiful scenery. We're not even in one of the most beautiful parts. Every part of this game is beautiful, even if you're just sitting in some random field with deadwood around you. Like, it's still fucking gorgeous, but how close would we be to a gorge? Let's see. Oh yeah, see if we could go to that water, instantly it would be beautiful. There's just so many beautiful things. But let's check these surrounding areas. Am I gonna play? I have no idea, actually. Probably not. Who fucking knows? I just needed content to help keep all my own moisture flowing, get thoughts and feelings out, because I don't have anybody to talk to. And see, the fucked up things is whenever people, I'll do something talking about how I don't have people to talk to, they're like, you can hit me up anytime you want to. So, I go, okay. So then I actually do that, and then the person is never available. Super fucking flaky. And they responded to a message of me talking about how people are super flaky and never respond. So it's like, no, that's exactly why I don't look to complete strangers to have someone to talk to. Like, I don't know you, I'm not going to talk to you. And some people go, oh, well, but you talk about it in club content. I'm like, because there's nobody fucking there, and if they are, I don't fucking know they're there. Everything that I do here in my channel is for me. I am most likely just talking to my goddamn self. If someone hears it, okay, cool. But it's not like I am personally hitting that person up and telling them about my life. I have done that, and I stopped because every single person, including my own mother, who I have tried to talk to about my life for advice, for support, for love, I don't get it. I get it from my therapist. And some people would go, oh, well, you pay her to do that. I only pay her $40 for an hour. That is like probably one of the cheapest therapy sessions ever. On average, a therapy costs at least $80 to $100 an hour, if not more. Like I had one therapist that I was seeing, she charged $120 per hour, but she also did sliding scale. So she would go off of how much income you made. So I saw $20 therapist for $40 because that was my sliding scale. Hosey Posey, my current therapist that I've been seeing for a very, very long time, I don't even know how much her services cost because my insurance always covered it, or she did the same price that my previous therapist had done. Because it's not about the money, it's about me and making sure that I understand that I am just as deserving as anyone else with a working mind and body, that I can just live. Like, it's priceless to me. I think the people who complain about how expensive therapy is have never actually gone to therapy, and if they have gone to therapy, they did not trust the process. You can't go to one therapy session and think, oh, I'm fine! Because you're not. If anything, you're going to be worse after the first therapy session. I didn't become fine until probably like legitimately 2, maybe even 3 years. And in some cases, I still am trying to because I'm just in survival mode. But compared to when I first started seeing Al back in, I started seeing Al in like November of 2017, um, or 2015. Yeah, I started seeing Al at the end of 2015. January of 2016 is when I started seeing Hosey Posey. Whew. Wow, I've been seeing Hosey Posey for 6 years. It's insanity. And fantastical. Man, speaking of therapy, it just makes me extra thankful for Club Cottontale, because Club Cottontale is therapy. Everyone should be utilizing things in life for their own way and needs and whatnots, and I'm really thankful that I've utilized that with many of my things in life and platforms that are available, but especially YouTube. Like, I'm just so thankful for creating Club Cottontale for all the reasons that I need it and still use it today. Like, that's a huge reason why I may not like lurking, but I appreciate it because that traffic, along with the immense amount of random content I produce, is what keeps my sort of spot on the interwebs. My cute little spot, my teeny tiny little fluffy zone for me, myself, and I, and any other fluffy cocktails that happen to come on by. Um, that traffic and the content that I produce is what keeps my little space. So I appreciate it. I don't like it, but I appreciate it. I'm never gonna like lurking. Lurking serves a purpose, but I don't even like I have lurked before, but I don't like doing it. I do it for a purpose because it doesn't make me feel good. I don't feel good watching a person and not talking to them. That just, to me, that feels weird. I'm not that type of person. If I'm going to watch somebody, if I'm lurking, it's because I'm learning, I'm observing. That's why I have my lurker command that's hashtag lurk to learn. Danger, danger, Cottontail, lurkers, lurkers. They need to learn type of thing. You're just learning about what's in front of you. Um, could be because the person intrigues you, could be because what they say resonates with you. Like, who fucking knows why we watch the content that we watch? But one thing that is probably one of the hugest assumptions about me is that I watch people's content. I make content. I don't watch content. I let's see. I'm trying to think of the last YouTube video I like sat down and watched. It probably was like a honeybee one, because I don't know, something about her ASMR is good, but my daughter likes it. Hello, hello, hello. She loves that shit. Um, I had thought about watching some Weiss Life, but it's been at least a month since I watched some of their content. Like, there is nobody on social media or anybody that I keep up with on a daily basis. So when people do that with me, I don't understand that concept because I don't do it. I'm never going to do it. I'm never going to be one of those people who follows somebody in every single little thing that they do. I'm just not. So of course it's going to be hard for me to understand that sort of behavior. I just don't watch content, and especially not live content. The last live stream I probably popped into was either Smashed In on Twitch. Yeah, it was probably Smashed In on Twitch, and that was like legitimately over a year ago. Because I was having, relapse in judgment, I did get onto Twitch and was looking at some of his old videos, and because I was on there, I ended up, looking at hashtag money, and I just like, I don't know, I can't help but feel like she's a bit like Voldemort, just kind of like told me what I wanted to hear in the moment, because like, I don't know, or maybe we had a connection and friends, but something happened. I don't know. I honestly don't know because I'm not that type of person, and I didn't think that she was the type of person to just up and ghost someone. But especially to ghost someone, before and after them asking you to be their child's fairy godmother, like that blows my mind. And it does make me kind of sad that I even still think about her or talk to her about her to this day. But it especially makes me feel icky and sad that I tried so hard when, her not responding to the scroll that I sent her. That just shows that you don't want to have any kind of relationship with me past like me being a random content creator that you watch every so often, because I know that you're subscribed to both of my channels on YouTube. you know yeah, one of these days I will remove you from Snap, because there's no reason for me to even try to, because I'll send snaps every so often of Rainbow. Last one I did was for um, actually I don't even remember, because that's just like, after a while you keep putting effort into a relationship where the other person's not, and it hurts your heart. So we're just done with that. But cheers to her, cheers to hashtag money. I hope that Jade Knight gets everything from life that she is striving for and hopes for. And I hope the next person that comes into my life that is, trying to be like a hashtag money sort of situation, just someone who's, seemingly developing into a close new friendship that, I talk to on a regular basis. I hope that that person has positive and kind intentions and can always communicate, because I just find that it's like there's just not a lot of people who are willing to communicate. I know that they can, because I'll see people that do very well in their job. Like, they can communicate and do very well in the workplace. When it comes to personal relationships, that just doesn't happen. And it's really frustrating and disappointing, a bit depressing, and knowing that there's just so many people in the world who are just never going to even try to communicate. And it's like, how does someone like me, who has the ability to communicate and is ready and willing, it's like, how do you just continue? I don't know. I truly kind of feel like the universe gave me DID so that I would never be alone. Because the universe knows what is going to be in your life, and, gives you things when you absolutely need it. I, I feel that way about children. I truly feel that the universe gives people children when they need it for lessons, lots of lessons. You know, for me, my rainbow is literally the best thing that came from my last romantic relationship. She is the best thing that came from that, and then the second best thing is all of the knowledge that we gained. And of course that knowledge is only beneficial as long as we continue to utilize it in some sort of way. Okay. Trying to decide if I want to. I think we'll go find some collectibles. Cause why not? Why not? I think I'm slowly not having as many thoughts and feelings to convey, which I just love the therapeuticness of Club Kottontale for that. Having me, myself, and I to give ourselves the extra moisture that we need and someone to talk to. Ooh, treasure. Let's go. Oh, we have a couple of treasures, huh? Little Creek and Diablo Ridge. Damn it. There's no way of knowing how far either of those things are. Because I don't know. I feel like the Diablo one would be like up north. Roanoke. That's Little Creek River. Hold on, why does that sound familiar? Ah, okay, so Little Creek, we know that one, but Diablo Ridge. No. So Little Creek is like right here. So it'd be somewhere over that way. But Diablo, I feel if it's not up north, then it's gotta be. I know I've been to Diablo Ridge before, but to remember where. Ooh, bet you there's good loot there. You would think with a name like Diablo, it wouldn't be. Oh, right there. Okay, so. Oh! Oh shit, they're like neighbors. So, let's just do one and then do the other because they're so fucking close to each other. Let's go ahead and do Diablo Ridge first. Lurking is Tensamundo. My anxiety, paranoia says that it's someone just trying to lurk and get information for whatever reason. I think we're gonna fast travel. Let's see, strawberry would probably be the best bet. So let's go to roads. My carpal tunnel has been acting up something fierce, so we do not need to be riding our horse like that. As it stands, I can't even use my thumb anymore to really do the riding fast unless I have to focus on potentially shooting someone. Ooh, tree. Oh, damn, it's fucking dark. Oh, that's a rock. That's a big ass boulder. That's a pole. Sorry. There you go. It's okay, Alaska. Mommy's just distracted. I just surely hope that the lurkers are just random ass new people going, what the fuck is this? Versus, someone who actually knows me. Don't run into something. God damn. Okay. Oh, why does it have to be so expensive? It's even more expensive to go to Blackwater? How does that even make sense? $4 I don't want to spend. Oh, man. I'm glad that I at least got a few hours of sleep, but part of me hella just wanted to stay up and continue to watch Criminal Minds and do my diming painting, and every 3 episodes stopping, stretching my hands, and bate. I like, when I literally took a melatonin because I just wasn't tired. There's like no way that I was going to even think about sleeping. So it came down to, like, I counted the time. I was like, oh man, it's almost 6. I was like, if I go to bed now, fall asleep by 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. I was like, Rainbow will be home in 8 hours. I'm like, we need to get some sleep. So we, fell asleep probably about 7-ish, because we laid down at 6. So sometimes between 6 and 7 is when we fell asleep. And then I got up at 11:30, so 7, 8, 9, 8, 9. Damn it. 8, 9, 10, 11. My left hand didn't feel like I was working. So yeah, I got like 4 hours of sleep. That makes sense. When I checked my Spotify sounds, it only had been playing for about 4 hours. So yeah. Damn. Definitely gonna go to bed at 7 with Rainbow tonight. Me thinks. Me hopes. Oh, me hopes. Please, insomnia. I don't want to be up all night because we can't get ourselves to settle down and rest. I already know, with Tuesday looming, that's why everything is just like, ah! And I don't really have anybody, I don't have anybody to talk to about it, you know? It's just rough. Oh well, we'll get through it. At least we have me, myself, and I, and, you know, always have my YouTube and my Snapchatty for thoughts and feelings. That's the best part and the most hilarious part is that, people who don't know me or don't even take the time, they think that following something like a Facebook would actually be able to keep up with me, and it's like, I really am only on there because back when I started doing my YouTube, people were like, oh man, you're awesome. I would love to be able to, you know, keep up with you aside from here. Like, do you have this? Do you have this? Do you have this? I'm like, no, I have this. They're like, you have that? Like, and what? Just the flabbergastedness that, like, no, I'm not on Facebook, and no, I'm not on Instagram or Twitter or any of those things. I was like, I was previously on Facebook, but not a lot, and I just never got the hang of, like, social media like that. I mean, I was a senior in high school when MySpace came about, so, you know, MySpace was awesome. Mainly because I had pets that I could go play with. I had a pet scissors. I could go pet the scissors and he'd cut a piece of paper. That shit was random and fun for no fucking reason. And you could add little tidbits of songs. So, like, whatever song just happened to be, like, constantly playing in your head, you fucking, link that to your page. But I never really got down with the whole, like, top 8 or whatever. Like, I just let mine be on random. There were some people that cared about that. Like, I remember having friends who were like, oh, I saw that you had me in your top 8, so I put you in mine, and I remember telling one person, oh, I just have it on random. And they're like, their face just dropped. They're like, so you didn't put me in your top 8? I'm like, no. It just does that. They're like, oh, well, I'm gonna take you off mine because so and so wants to be, and I'm like, okay, like I don't care, I don't care. And it's like, I mean, the people who were caring were a few years younger than me. All of them were at least 2 years younger than me, if not more. But I just even oh, lockbox. I just have to be myself. You know what I mean? So my bad that I don't do things the way that I guess people think I should or society thinks I should, whatever the fuck that is, Like my one sort of thing that I picked up from social media is that it's supposed to be whatever you want to do with it. So, yeah, no, when I told people why I joined Facebook, they're like, wait, what? Cause, like, and there's still a lot of people that are flabbergasted is like, I joined Facebook in 2011, and the only reason I joined, because I wouldn't even say actively using my MySpace, because I never used my MySpace like that, you know what I mean? Like, I would upload a fun picture every once in a while, because I like taking pictures, but that's about it. So I never had a Facebook I don't even know when Facebook was launched because I didn't join it until 2011, which I guess was a while after the launch. I don't know. People were very surprised that I didn't have one before that. But the only reason I joined is because I had gotten a DSi and it had a camera on it and I loved taking pictures and stuff like that, and I noticed one of the features it said upload to different things. Like you had different ways of sharing it, and one of it was instantly uploaded to Facebook. And I was like, "Oh, why can't you be MySpace?" I literally remember saying that, like, why can't you be uh, instantly upload to my MySpace? Like, I don't want to join this Facebook thing that people keep talking about. Um, but I ended up joining it. There's some freaky ass sounds going on. Yeah, I don't even want to know if that's an animal or like, I don't want to know. It's going from the other direction, so we're gonna go this way, away from that freaky ass sound. It's like probably was a bird, but I don't even trust that. Got me all fucking freaked out and shit. Ooh, double railroad. Whew. Yeah, no, and then I would constantly. I remember when I joined in 2011, I tried to use it for a few years, but I never really used it. I started to try to somewhat use it like 2012-ish to 2013. Um, I just didn't like it. So by 2013, I was done with Facebook, and I like basically was just saving pictures and slowly but surely deleting it. Um, I decided to um, like during the time of transitioning and saving photos, I ended up with my YouTube. So I took one of the other ones that wasn't even my original Facebook that I had created back in 2011. It was a side one that I used for gaming on Facebook because that was like the biggest thing that I enjoyed. They had like this criminal investigation game and you needed friends to send you shit. So I made other Facebook profiles to send myself stuff in the game. That was like my use of Facebook. um, so in 2016 when I started making content, I hadn't used any of those profiles in literally like 2 years. But I was like, I do have some. I just got to figure out the passwords. And I knew that the gaming ones, I possibly knew the password because I always wanted to have very easy accessibility to those in order to send myself gifts in my main profile, right? So we just utilized one of those ones and strictly made it for the purpose of YouTube. uh, but yeah, no, I got like, I would have friends would be like, you always post the weirdest shit. Like, I'm like, isn't this supposed to be like stuff that I want to like post? I'm like, I don't like everything that you post, but you don't see me getting down in your fucking comment section and just like basically calling you all sorts of things just because I like the things I like. It's like, have you never heard of like, if you don't like something, just move along? Like, that's where the term, if you don't like it, just scroll along comes from now because, like, social media is so prominent now. I mean, it's 2022. You know, it's been a decade of, a decade plus of, like, Facebook being around. You know what I mean? And I don't know when, like, Instagram and stuff like that started because I've never had an Instagram, never been on Instagram, never will be on Instagram. I could see myself being featured on someone's, like if I had a friend who had Instagram and they took a picture with me, I could see myself being on Instagram that way, but I would never actually make one. I just don't ever see that happening. Or like TikTok. I think those are like I think TikTok's probably the top social media. And then, I don't know, what would be the second one? I feel like it would be YouTube, but I already know YouTube is not high on the list because I have been told numerously by people that YouTube is a dead platform, and I'm like, pretty sure I'm using it right now, so obviously it's alive and well. And they're like, that's not what I meant. And I'm like, well, I don't know what you mean. That's a bear. We're running away from the bear. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. Let's go. Oh, so beautiful. It's like I can almost smell. Oh. How did we kick just then? Is that a circle? Oh, it is circle. We never use that, so. Just like we never be using this fun little detail that my horse can do. Can walk side to side. Woo, woo. Woo. be prepared to see the Voldemorts. At least there's Rex Voldemort, who is just the teeniest, tiniest, most... Oh, what is that? There's something red. Got me so freaked out right now. All the animals are running, and it was extra scaring me, and it's staying stationary, so I don't even know what kind of predator that is that's staying stationary over there. But I'm good. Oh god. It's a wolf pack. Is that motherfucking treehouse? Oh, I love tree houses so much. Someone once asked me if I could have a dream home, what would it be? Treehouse. I would put stairs that I could walk up. Because, like, I can do stairs, but because of my arthritis and my hip problems, it has to be at certain angles, you know? Like, it has to be just, like, the perfect sort of step. And I'd also probably put, like, a dumbwaiter. A little elevator. Real simple sort of thing. There's some moonshine. Take that. That's not a knife. Oh, where's my other knife? Is it on my horse? Ah, yes. My machete. I wish it would keep it on the hip. Fuck. I would like my machete, please. Yes. There's bears all over the place, and I am just, like, not even having it right now. Oh, I ain't fucking around. Bear coming out of me, I'm burning it with fire. I thought for sure maybe the treasure was in the treehouse. most rumbling over here. A fucking bear, man. All my chocolate milk is gone. I think I might make myself some oatmeal. Oh, it's up there. Oh, man. Talk about a treasure I almost don't want to open. Alright. Get the fuck out of bear country. Ooh, horsey. Where? There we go. It's like, where are the fucking carrots? I don't want to be chilling up in bear country. Low jaded rose, but first I want to get the fuck out of bear country. Fuck bear country. Oh my god. Literally, right as I say that, a fucking bear. Can we use the fire? Yes, we can. Yay. Oh, break for our hands. Much needed water. Ooh, hell yeah, drink some coffee. Why the fuck not? Make yourself some delicious cafe. Coffee is one of those things that I get every once in a while. Because I'm not a coffee drinker, so like if I drink coffee, it's literally just for like the funsies of it. It's not for coffee purposes. Okay, let's go ahead and make some snake oil. I will be right back as that chocolate milk has worked its way through my latte. Whew.
ice my shoulder. It's definitely something I gotta do after this, because you know that there's pain in it when you like feel your body part and it's just warm. Damn, my character's tits are looking great from this angle. How you doing? I also love her riding gloves. I fucking got her. I just love this whole outfit. I'm finally glad that there was a skirt that I actually liked, because I always wanted to put my character in a skirt, but I just didn't like the skirts that I had. And then I swear this skirt wasn't available like at the beginning. Like I feel like this is one that's came available over time because give you new things like the hat. I know the hat for was not there at the beginning. Ooh, hold up. We feel a rumble. We can hear it. There is a collectible close by. Fucking bear is just outside. I feel like it's in this cabinet. Oh, it just says jury. It's not anything super fancy. Ah, fucking bear is outside though. Okay, it must be upstairs then. Oh, a lockbox. Oh yeah. Yates diamond ring. That sounds like an heirloom. Ooh, actually, it's the lost rings. How you doing? Let's take this gin. Now I'm super glad that we came over here. Oh boy.
potent snake oils on us. Should be able to pick this one up now, right? Yeah. There's no reason to not constantly keep myself up on the fucking snake oil, because it helps with the dead eye. Fucking bear. Nothing in the barn. I have got to remember to wear my sleep braces tonight. Hopefully I get in bed at a good time. Like, I just really hope that I go to bed, you know, like, before 8. Because I don't see myself going to bed, right after 7 when I put Rainbow down, because, I like to stay awake to know that she fell asleep. But I'm hoping that once she has fallen asleep that we don't, like, get sucked into our diming painting, or, get sucked into a show, or, you know, just hopefully the insomnia doesn't get the best of us, because I need to get some good rest before Tuesday, because I need to just, like, be well rested. Because, like, last time they didn't ask me that many questions, but, like, I feel like this time they're going to, but that could be really good. Hold on, was that a fence? Did I just see a fence? Oh, my fingers! No, it's just a regular store. Oh, I love the sound of rushing water. There we go. No imminent scare of bears. And water is just so peaceful and beautiful. Waterfall! Oh, yes. Oh. Beautiful. I love waterfalls. Yeah. Oh, we still have our... Oh, we can see the arrow. Oh, I guess you can kind of see the machete. Beautiful. Let's pet our horse a little. So, order of operations, enjoy a toke, say our goodbyes, and then... Oh, probably watch one episode of Criminal Minds before Rainbow gets home. because Criminal Minds is a show that I can't have on with, Rainbow. It's just the content is not suitable for her. Like, when she gets older, she may probably be into that thing, and I would definitely let, like, my older child watch it, even if they weren't quite, 16 to 18 yet. Um, if they were into that sort of thing. Like, Rainbow's super into, like, rock and roll and spooky things and stuff like that. So I could see her being someone that gets, hella into, like, Criminal Minds or some of the Law and Order shows and things like that. When she was a baby, I actually watched, like, because Law and Order SVU is one of my favorite shows in general, but it's definitely my favorite Law and Order, and I would watch that when she was an infant. Like, she used to dance to the theme music, so that was always the best. But there is other things that we can watch together, which I think there might be a Masked Singer that I haven't seen. The newest season just came out, but I can't think of it. But there was something animated I came across that I wanted to watch with her. I want to say it was a Care Bear show or something. There was something. No, can't remember right now, but I also I definitely want to play some Candyland with her. Like, I love playing board games, and my 3-year-old is the only person that I can really play board games with. This, so I recently introduced her to her first board game, Candyland, and it has been fun, little frustrating, definitely frustration, but I think like anything with toddlers is a bit of frustration. So, but it has been quite lovely to, sit and play game with her. I definitely think that I can't do it on the floor. It's just like there's no way for me to get comfortable on the floor for a long enough period of time to be able to play something like that. So if we do the board game, it's like I'll have to clear her little table off and bring that out, or we just sit at the big table. Which eventually, I am thankful that right now she has like, it used to be her high chair, but it's more of just a booster chair now. But she can sit on regular chairs. It's just she's still too short for them. So if she's in a regular chair, she really could benefit from having a booster seat. So I just use the booster seat that I have, but then her feet extra dangle. I mean, let's be honest, her feet are gonna dangle regardless, cause she's tall for her age, but she's still my little rainbow. I do need to take, um, every so often I had been doing notches just to, because I wanted to know how tall she was. I wasn't necessarily doing it to keep track of her height, but now I do want to see how much she's grown since January, because I feel like it's been at least an inch. Oh man, two things about this shirt. One, I am super glad that I cut the sleeves off and made it into a razor style shirt. Love. But I just love it. I love Stewie's expression on it. Like, I never, like, there is some Family Guy episodes that I enjoy and characters that I enjoy, but I never fully got into Family Guy. Like, I liked Cleveland Show more than I liked Family Guy type of thing. But, I really love Stewie. Like, if Stewie and Brian got their own show, I would watch the shit out of that. Because those are my two favorite characters. Um, but, like, Family Guy on a whole, I never really fully got into it. I just, like, I don't know, I think I'm just always going to be a Simpsons person through and through. God damn, this is beautiful. See what I mean, though? We didn't have to go very far to just get, like, the most beautiful scenery ever. Like, ugh. So cheers to anyone that's been hanging out with me, gaining the moisture from the Club of Cottontails. I know that I have. And we've had lurkers pretty much consistently the whole time, so. But no opinions, which is interesting. But I find that whenever I do titles, like the title says 2 days till Tuesday, deep breath. I feel like whenever it has like deep breath or moisture meter or something pertaining to the fact that like I really need it for sort of an extra purpose, I feel like we get more lurkers uh, who are just wanting to listen for whatever reason. And, it really could be whatever reason. It could be that, they resonate with what I say. It could be that they are trying to get it for their own, sort of information. I've had some people try to do that to me throughout my life, try to take what I've said and throw it back at me in a weird way. Um, the crazy part is that you'll get people who knew you 10 years ago trying to use something from when you were 10 years younger to now. It's like, you don't know me now. You can get to know me in the now, or you can just continue to view me as what it was in the past. Because no person stays that way. Like, that's one thing that I've really loved about me is the individuals who do take the time to talk to me. They're like, oh no, you're exactly the same, but like, just more evolved. They're like, I hope to be that way, So it's basically just like keeping a bit of yourself throughout the years, but you are consistently evolving, because that's how life should be. Oh man, I think I'll probably have a bubbly water energy drink or make myself. Ooh, no, I think I'm gonna make myself some caffeinated tea. I have some caramel tea, so delicious. But I think we definitely gotta make that. So cheers. It is just after 1:30. Rainbow will be home at 3. So I'm definitely gonna enjoy the toke. Maybe do a little bit more in game, but I really think that this waterfall is probably gonna be where we just kind of stay and be for a while until we decide to end the meeting, and then make myself some tea and maybe a little something to eat. Cause oh hell to the fucking no. I just heard a bear. I'm hoping, like, for one, I'm by the water, but I'm, like, past, like, public road. I'm hoping that bear was just, like, somewhere over here, and I just, like, could really hear the roar type of thing. I'm just not that far enough out of bear country, am I? Oh, beautiful. Oh, fuck. Yeah, that realization that, like, the last 3 months went by like that. Like, what is with that? I feel like the first 3 months of the year always go by so fast. Like, so fast. Like, frustratingly fast. It's almost April. This Saturday is April 2nd, so Friday is April 1st, beginning of the new month, but Saturday is my nephew's 10th birthday. Super excited. I'm getting him an awesome cake. And then I got him a hat that I had previously asked him. I was like, if I was to get you this, would you like that? And he's like, oh yeah, that would be awesome. He's like, with ears and everything? I'm like, yeah, with ears and everything. And he's like, yeah, I'd like that. Um, and he's like, Rainbow Dash? I'm like, yeah. He's like, Applejack would be cool too. And I'm like, yes, it would. But I wanted to get him Rainbow Dash just because Rainbow Dash is more of, well, really, his two favorites are very much the tomboy ones of the My Little Pony series, of that generation, anyways, because we're now on a fifth and sixth, because there's like a couple little, like, extensions, like Generation 4.0 or some shit like that, like extensions of the characters that were made in the fourth generation from, My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, and then they have like the show on Hulu that is those characters, but they're a different cartoon style. So it's like a version of Generation 4, which there's Generation 5, which is the My Little Pony movie that came out last year. Brand new ponies, but it's definitely like an extension of the previous ponies. That's like part of their history and whatnot. It's so awesome. I'm here for it. I'm not here for the roaring, just the bear sounds, man. You know what? I think that we should go to the other side of the water because I don't know why. I feel like this side of the water will just be a little bit safer for me. Could be wrong. Maybe there's probably cougars on this side, but I can't take the roaring of the bear. There we go. Beautiful. That's nice. Alright, cheers. Any lurking, twerking, or watching incognitally, a special thank you and cheers to anyone watching this as posted content, like my best duder Raymundo. I know that he's one of our, lurking slash posted Kottontale, so cheers to you. Oh yeah, that's what we should do tomorrow. Tomorrow, me and Rainbow it's gonna be a Barbie day. Bust out the space station and just like, oh man, I'm excited. Because she knows it's hers, but she's also, used to me being like, this is something that needs to stay in mommy's room. Because like I do that with her kitchen. There's just certain things that I would like to not get super lost. Um, she's already lost some things, or I've stepped on things of her Barbie stuff, and it just gets ruined. It's frustrating, but it happens. That is what it is. I do feel like I get why they put 3 and up on Barbies, but I do feel like it's more of like a 4 or 5 and up thing. But you kind of have to introduce them to them when they're younger because you won't know if they'll be into it. Because um, I feel like Barbies are the sort of thing that you're either into it when you're younger and that's it, or it is something that transcends through the years. Like for me, like I've always been a Barbie fan, always have been, always will be. Like I remember being in the second grade and one of my favorite things to watch was like this live action Barbie show where it was like she went around the world and it had a mixture of animated but also like stage shows where it was like Barbie as a person like on the stage doing their thing. I like, oh my gosh, that was like my favorite. Like I've always loved Barbies, and I still do as an adult. Um, like some people go, oh yeah, I still have all my Barbie stuff. I'm like, well, I still play with mine. They're like, oh yeah, I went through my stuff and I found them and I decided to like change some of their outfits. That was super fun. I'm like, yeah, I do that, but I also bust out all of my Barbies and kind of set it up and play with them inside my head, do a storyline with them. Like I just play with my dolls. So I'm fucking stoked that I have a child that wants to do that, where we can do imagination and pretend with our Barbies. Like that's one thing that I eventually, when I know that she's doing a good job with her own play sets and she's, not losing any of the little things or, only losing something every once in a while type of thing. I have some really fun play sets that I think she'll enjoy, especially because she loves animals like I do. And one of my play sets that I've had for a while, I got it as an adult, but it was a long time ago. It was like in my early 20s. It's a veterinarian setup. So it has like a little area where you wash and like take care of the animal. so you can be like a doctor, a vet. And then it has food for them and a little play set. And then I have this other one that's like a beaded one, and I've had that one since I was a teenager. I got it when I was like 18 or 19, no, maybe 17. I think it was when I was 17. But anyways, it was in my late teens, and it's just like this certain type of fabric, and then you put a double-sided sticker on it, and then you put her into this machine, and you shake beads onto the outfit. So then the outfit has these little beaded shapes and things like that. It is so fucking cool. The beaded things that have been on it have literally been on it for over a decade. I beaded those in like 2008. So the beaded dresses that I have been beaded for a while, but I do know that some of the outfits are plain, and eventually I'd like to bust that out and let her do it. Let her experience this awesome beaded Barbie experience. I love that my daughter loves Barbies. I like you kind of always hope that your kids will like something that you like, but I really was blessed with my carbon copy almost, like down to the fact that I did name her after me. Like, I'm Amber Senior and she's Amber Junior. um, and I do eventually want to add that to the end of my the end of my name, because on Rainbow's birth certificate and on her like things it says Amber Junior. Like, that is legally her name, and I would legally like to be Amber Senior. And I'll eventually do that, but with, the process, the Social Security ball rolling and everything. I've already changed my last name once. I went from my maiden name to my married name during the Social Security journey. I don't want to do another name change during it, especially because I'm not going to be going back to my maiden name. I'm going to, when I change my last name again, it will be because I've gotten married again and I'm taking their last name, or we've created a last name together, or I'm changing my last name to Princess. I will be Amber motherfucking Princess. I am so very excited for that. I look forward to those times when, like, you're in a place where they call your last name, and, instead of going Lewis Amber, they'll go Princess Amber, and probably chuckle a little bit and be like, "It's your real last name?" I'm like, "Yes, it is." Mrs. Princess Amber. Mrs. Princess. Oh, yes. And see, like, it it definitely would be, like, it's super far-fetched, but it would be so awesome if my future romantic um, partner is an individual who likes that idea, and they're like, "Oh man, I'll be Mr. Prince," and I'm like, "Yes, like, I'll be Mrs. Princess and you be Mr. Prince." Oh, and like on our, how like on the French porch you put your last name, so like it would be like the Lewises for me and my daughter right now. It would be like the Royals because it's Mr. Prince and Mrs. Princess, and then Junior, who is the queen. And I love that my daughter knows she's the queen, because she'll be like, "Queen Amber Junior, Mommy Princess." Being called Mommy Princess is probably the best. I just couldn't even, like, I never imagined a world where I would have a daughter who calls me Mommy Princess. That's just like, I imagined a world where Amber Jr. existed. I imagined a world where I was a mom, and I know that I'm a princess. I'm a motherfucking princess. But having a mini me who, is as amazing as my daughter is just like, oh, like, she proposed to me, like, got down on her little knees. Sometimes she would just, like, do this, but the very first time she, like, comes over and, like, bows her head and, like, does, like, this, and she's like, "Will you?" And I'm like, "What's this?" And I open it, and there's just a little ring. It's actually sitting on Blue Bear's head right now. There's a little ring, and she's like, "Will you?" And I'm like, "Yes, I will be your mommy forever." And I put it on, and she goes, "Thank you." And I give her a hug and a kiss. And of course, she required the lip kiss. I keep telling her, though, I'm like, once mommy has someone like how your daddy has Lady Voldemort, I don't say Lady Voldemort to her, I use their actual names. But I was like, I can't, I won't kiss you no more. But sometimes she refuses. Like, I'll be going for the cheek, and she'll be like, just plants one on me. And then she laughs. And I laugh, and I'm just like, you're silly. And she's like, you sweetie pie. Oh, man. Speaking of her, I should be getting a message from her Faja soon. Oh, beautiful. Just beautiful. But it is 8 minutes to 2, and usually around 2 is when they leave, which, I don't question it or whatever, but the whole reason that he's been dropping her off an hour earlier is because it was of traffic or whatever, and to compensate for the construction that had been going on, and I guess is still going on, so he can get in bed on time, he drops her off an hour earlier. But I don't know if that construction is still going on, or if he just, you know, is going to consistently drop her off. I don't know. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter to me, as long as we both get time with our daughter. That's all I care about. And it's still, even with him being able to take her extra weekends and stuff like that, if you think about the span of her life, lifespan so far of the 3 years, going almost 4 years, I still have had majority of the time with her, down to the fact that I grew her in my body, but, he's always worked a lot, and then, that was what it was. Life is so chaotic, but you just gotta embrace the chaos and you'll get everything that you could want, need, desire, and deserve. So, just gotta embrace it and let it on. Fuck, this is beautiful. I'm gonna screenshot that. Beautiness. I'm gonna enjoy, make myself some tea, probably make myself some sandwiches, watch some Criminal Minds, or potentially Human Resources, or maybe something else. Maybe I'll go completely another route, but who knows? Oh man. But thank you especially to me, myself, and I for coming to Club Kottontale, just gaining that extra moisture, getting the medicine in us, because it was definitely better for us to get up when we did, um, versus trying to get that extra bit of sleep. Hopefully, we can actually get some rest tonight, because, like more than just 4 hours of sleep, that'd be nice. But, especially Monday night. So, tomorrow night, I gotta make sure to get some good rest, because Tuesday morning, 9 a.m., and Tuesday's gonna be an interesting one, because my mom should be here, by like 8:30, 8:45 at the latest, I would think. Hopefully 8:30 though, so then I can get, Rainbow situated in the car, make sure that my mom has anything for Rainbow that she might need, because I know the hearing's going to be at least an hour, but it could go longer than that. I don't know. It could be shorter than that. Fuck, I really have no idea how long it's going to be. But I got to make sure that she has travel underwear, some pull-ups, because she doesn't pee in her underwear at all. Like, she has not had an accident. She's done so fantastic. But I need to make sure she has, like the toilet seat adapter, so then she actually can sit and go potty, because here she has both options. She can put the seat on the big toilet, or she can just sit on her mini toilet, which is what she usually does because it's her size. Why wouldn't you want to go on a toilet that's your size? You know what I mean? It's, a bit of a pain for me to rinse it and kind of wash it after each use, but I'd rather do that than, the diaper situation, so. Man, having kids are crazy. You know what I find is crazy is that I've had a lot of friends who have had kids, but it's just like none of them really talk about some of the turmoils. You know what I mean? It's just like I'm so glad that I'm not the type of parent that I only talk about the fun stuff. Like, because I feel like that's all past parents ever have talked to me about before having kids. Like, not enough people willing to talk about the struggles with potty training or learning new words, teaching certain habits. And really, I've done quite well with a lot of different things because I'm just very much a creature of habit. So, you know, my kid slept through the night pretty much her whole life. And people are flabbergasted by that. Like, it is rare for me to have a night where my kid doesn't go down super easy and sleep through the night. Like, that's just, as an infant, that's what she did. You know, the only reason that she ever had to be woken up is because I was exclusively breastfeeding her. So she had to eat, you know, there for the first 3 months, she had to eat like every hour and a half to 2 hours. Oh, I was exhausted those first 3 months. In so many different ways. Like, man, I'm glad that I can, just think about the fond memories, but for me, I choose to not think about the rough stuff because when I think about the rough stuff for me as a mom, it then makes me think about like where was my support system, and then we start to think about other stuff that we don't need to think about. So my support system is me, myself, and I. Has been for a very long time, and you know that's one thing that I've learned through therapy is that a lot of my, especially projective D ideas, come from the fact of just needing something to cope with everything that was going on with my life. I needed support in my life, somewhere to talk to, and a lot of kids escape into their head, and mine was just more intense. I'm just I don't know. I'm very thankful for a lot of things, but especially my sort of optimism on life, even though sometimes I need medicine to help me to extra see it, because that's just the realm of a mood disorder. But even when I'm feeling really low, it only takes some medicine to help me still see how I view the world. And I think that's what Posey meant by that. She truly feels like that I won't give up. That my love and lust even for life is so strong that I always want to kind of continue going. Plus, every day that I continue to live, it's like spiting myself, and you know, living is literally my superpower. So, on that note, until next time, which only the universe really fucking knows when that's gonna happen, because I definitely don't. Like, this week is gonna be crazy busy. Like, we got Tuesday, but then this weekend, Rainbow's not going to her dad. I'm gonna have Rainbow for my nephew's birthday, which is on Saturday. Rainbow will be going to her dad's the following Thursday. I don't know the exact date, but she will be going to her dad's that Thursday, so I'll have like a longer period of time for myself. Um, I like that he does that, on a weekend that I want to keep her with, because he's allotted the weekends, so he doesn't have to say yes to me keeping her for a weekend. But I do like that he has the ability now that he's been working at his job for so long that he can take an extra day, um, and kind of make up for the fact that he lost the time with her. It's nice. I like that there's been times where she actually, like, there was one week where it was almost like reversed, because I usually have her 5 to 6 days a week. There was one where it was like reversed, where he had her 5 days, and I was just like, what is life right now? uh, that's also something that messes with me. It's just like how well co-parenting happens, but like there's everything beforehand. Like it just try my best to just not even think about it. You gotta live in the now, But anywho's, before I get on another tangent like the fucking supervillain that I am, oh, beautiful. See, we found the perfect spot. Also, crossing the river, we have not heard any bears roaring. So, fuck you, bear country. That is bear country over here. This is some other country, probably like everywhere's got their sort of like creatures that can hurt you, but I just could not take the roaring. It was giving me heart palpitations. So I'm glad that we have literally not heard any roaring for a while, and it's just so beautiful. So, without further ado, au revoir, ciao Cottontails, until next time, and always, please remember to be kind to yourself and everyone else. And we'll see you next time. Bye.